5 arrested for threatening teen who said Islam is a SHIT religion. Okay. For the purposes of the YouTube algorithm, I'm just going to say crap. Okay. But know that But
which is, by the way, I agree with her. Just so true. I mean, technically, all of them are SHIT or doo-doo religions,
yes.
But that one takes.
And she would agree. But let me continue. French police recently arrested 5 people for making death threats against a teenager who said that Islam is a crap religion in a viral video. The initial threats started after Mila spoke to her Instagram followers, and one of them began harassing her. After denying the followers' claims, the user began insulting Mila for her LGBT identity and accused her of racism. When the argument turned to religion, some began accusing Mila of quote of offending quote our God Allah, the one and only, and hoped that she would burn in hell. Mila decided to post a video in January 2020 criticizing Islam, in which she said, "I hate religion. There's nothing but hatred in the Quran. Islam is crap. That's what I think." There was lots of other very spicy and memorable quotes from her as well. She was bombarded with a deluge of threats from rape to murder and degrading insults. Police removed Mila from her class in college, quote, for her own safety. French Interior Minister Gerald Darmanin tweeted that 5 people were in custody for making death threats and cyberbullying. He added that, quote, in total, 13 individuals have been arrested as part of this case since February 2020.
All right, I have to call out our community for not being able to read titles, because so many people in the comment section when we posted this on Facebook, and even now our own members in the live chat are saying, like, why is somebody being arrested for speaking the truth? Guys, read, like, you don't even have to read the article. Read the title. She's not being arrested for saying that the religion is crap. The people who are being arrested are the people who should be arrested.
And what are they being arrested for?
They're being
threatening.
arrested. Yes, like, okay, here. I'm going to call out our own paid members.
Oh, no.
Look at this. Even the people. Selva, read that, like, they got arrested for saying the truth. No, they didn't get arrested for saying the truth. They got arrested for threatening the person that was telling the truth. This is a good arrest. What are you guys talking about? Like,
no. See, here's the problem, though, is that if we see in our live chat things that are retracted from their live chat. So I was like, I retracted it, but we still got you.
we
love you, Selva.
Yes. But so many, like when we posted this on Facebook, we got 400 comments, okay? And so many people were like, why are they being arrested? That is the truth. I'm like, guys, you don't even have to, even if you didn't click on the article, the title itself was good enough for you to understand that this is like... Oh.
Okay, but enough of Armin being pedantic.
All right.
What do you guys think of this actual news item itself?
I mean, good.
I'm glad that the people who are threatening her with violence have been arrested. It's sad that happened. I don't know if there's any more information, but she's still in hiding. Is she still protected by the French government? Because this is a year later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she was 17 years old at the time, originally. Mm-hmm. Where was a quote from it? There have been over... Oh, shoot, how many people? There have been a lot of people arrested in relation to this.
Quite a number from what I thought.
So I said 13 earlier. These 5 are more recent. A 23-year-old was given a jail sentence in October for threats against her. Those detained are between the ages of 18 and 29 years old and from various parts of France. I'm not sure what the situation is with her safety still, but this happened in January of last year, so over a year ago. And then in February 2020, that's when she was interviewed on a French television show. And she defended her rights to express her atheistic views. very strongly. And they asked her if she had any regrets. And she said, but I would still say that I may have a little regret for the people I may have hurt who practice their religion in peace, and I never wanted to attack people. I just wanted to talk about a religion and what I thought about it. That's all. Yeah, and she said there are two things that I regret. Is that first, I said it on social media because I hadn't taken into account how big it would get, and also I regret that I said it so vulgarly, because I could have argued my point better. But yeah,
okay,
she's very strong against like all religions, and she says in one of the original posts she made that started this backlash, she said, quote, "I am not racist at all. You cannot be racist towards a religion. I said what I thought. I won't regret it. There are still people who get turned on. I clearly don't care. I say what I want and what I think."
Right. And some people are going to be criticizing her, saying that, well, she shouldn't take it back. Her tone was fine. The religion is crap. And for the sake of normalizing freedom of expression or removing barriers to being able to say what you believe, sometimes you need to be vulgar. But I don't accept that criticism because I think like, not everybody has to deal with the consequences of being so out and public with what they say. Like if she thinks like maybe she should have phrased it differently so that she didn't have to deal with the hate or the backlash or the misunderstanding. Not everybody has to go take it for the team and normalize dissent. If she thinks that she, just because I would like phrase it like that, and I would never take it back regardless of the consequences. But that doesn't mean that everybody has to do that. If she thinks that she should have phrased it differently, and maybe the backlash would have been less, that's like, she's not, we shouldn't be expecting more from her. We did get a super chat.
Yeah, I mean, especially considering that she is, let's do that at the end, especially considering that she was only 17 when this originally happened, and there were credible threats to her safety, right? Like, she was just being a teenager. Teenagers talk reckless. Grown adults talk reckless too, but even more teenagers, especially just like in front of your phone in your room, like saying what you want to think, So yeah, I think it's perfect. And especially as a teenager, you are in this age of development where you're very concerned about what is called an imaginary audience or imagined audience. And so you're especially concerned about how other people view you. So I can imagine she maybe thought like, oh, wow, this is going to follow me like probably for the rest of my life. Like people are going to get an impression of me that is only a small fraction of who I am, and it's going to be me talking very vulgarly about something that a lot of people hold very sacred. Like I can imagine why she would be like, I wish I had said things differently because this is very defining for her, right?
Yeah, if you're somebody that thinks like I wouldn't, this is exactly how I would say it, I would never take it back. Well, that's you, and that's okay. But you shouldn't think like everybody should be able to. Everybody should speak like that. I would speak like that, but that doesn't mean I think everybody should speak like that. I also think like the people who say like, why is she saying Islam is a crap religion? Every religion is a crap religion. Yeah, well, that's exactly why we say Islam is a crap religion, because if I say that about Christianity or Hinduism, well, actually maybe Hinduism, if I say that about Christianity, most people don't say like, why are you saying that about Christianity? Every religion is like that. It's usually just Islam. And then when you focus on it, people say like, well, every religion. I'm like, yeah, every religion. Yes, we know. But sometimes we want to just talk about Islam, okay? Sometimes we want to just talk about Islam, especially given how sensitive people are when you focus on Islam, okay?
And I believe that was the fake background of the people who were disparaging her for being LGBT, right? So she was calling out people who were being bigoted towards her as well.
And also, like, for example, if I say like, oh man, cancer is a really crappy disease, man. Like, do you think like imagine people coming to you like, why are you just saying cancer is crappy? Do you think getting AIDS is just fine? Do you think
I was about to say, now's your cancer analogy, Armin. I knew it because it fits. You're right on. It's right.
Yeah. What about heart disease? Why are you like all diseases are bad. All sickness is bad. Stop talking about cancer. Every like no, people don't react like that because it's insane. It doesn't make any sense. Sometimes I just want to say Islam is crap. I just want to focus on Islam. Sometimes I just want to focus on Christianity. Sometimes I just want to focus on a different ideology that is not even a religion and say that is crap, right? So yeah, this whole reaction to like, oh, all religions are bad, all religions are bad. Yeah, shut up, you're not helping. We know. God, anyways.
Yeah,
But,
there's some
yeah, go.
more information about how this affected her life. Now, it's not clear to me from this article in the BBC if this is a current statement or just when things were at their worst. But lawyer Richard Malka said Mila, that's her name, lived in hiding as if she was, quote, in a bunker, and she was getting about 30 hate messages a minute. Mila received more than 50,000 hate messages. And even Macron came to her defense, I believe.
Yeah, he actually did. He had a quote talking about the right to blaspheme. You know, he says, you know, the law is clear. We have the right to blaspheme, to criticize, and to caricature religions.
Yeah.
So he even talks about making fun of it. But I want to say one thing is she did say all religions were bad. And then she went on to further discuss an example of one of the bad religions. So this faux outrage about, you know, why didn't you say AIDS was bad when you were talking about cancer, you know, whatever, that it doesn't make sense. She did. And contextually, a lot of these people that were harassing her about the LGBT thing were Muslim, some of them. So there was a context. It's a large issue in France, one of the largest, most visible ones. So all of these things make sense as to why she would use it as an example of shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I said it. Sorry, of caca.
Yeah, changing it later is not going to undo it, but it's
I
okay.
know. But and I thought that was funny, like one of the tweets that somebody tweeted about her getting these threats. You know, there's no other way to show your religion's not caca by threatening. You know, the best way to show it is caca is by threatening someone who said that, you know, it was caca.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to actually disagree with that, okay?
It's a joke. It's funny.
Okay, let me just finish this thought, because a lot of people in the live chat and also the comment of the Facebook post. Actually, let me bring it up here. So if the top comment is saying she has the absolute right to voice an opinion in a democratic and secular country, thin-skinned cultists soon reveal their true selves. Okay, fine. By threatening. Okay, so here's the thing that I keep saying. This is a comment saying, by threatening the girl's life, they are proving her right. The irony. And here's another one. Okay, so this is saying all religions kind of comment. We already addressed that. Okay, so this is fine. Yeah, so I'm just going to address this one here. Where was it? Yeah, by threatening the girl's life, they're proving her right. No, not really, okay? This works both ways, right? So when we are saying we criticize Islam, we're anti-Islam, not anti-Muslim, so we're not bigoted. It works the other way around, okay, as well. If Muslims do crappy things, that doesn't prove anything about Islam, okay? Islam could be the best ideology out there, the way to make the world progress and advance. Like, it could be the best thing ever, okay? And even if every single Muslim doesn't follow it, and is like if every single Muslim is like a bad human being, that wouldn't change the fact that Islam is the best religion ever. The other way around. Let's say Islam is a garbage ideology and is horrible for the humanity. Even if every single Muslim was ignoring the teaching of Islam, and every single Muslim was the best, like most Muslims were the best people. We're the best. Every single Muslim was absolutely lovely. If it doesn't change the fact that the Quran, for example, is a horrible teaching. Like if you read the Quran and it says like slavery is okay, wife beating is okay, killing the unbelievers are okay, people who don't believe in this book will be tortured for eternity, which is all there. Even if every single Muslim is a wonderful human being who would not have any of these values, that would still mean Islam is a garbage religion. It doesn't make a difference, right? So I just want to say like, oh, they're proving her right. Nope. These are two separate things. They are. I'm not denying that they're connected. They are connected. Okay, one influenced the other one. Sometimes the behavior of Muslims is connected to the teachings of Islam, but it depends on the Muslim. Sometimes some Muslims are very influenced by Islam. Sometimes some Muslims are not very influenced by Islam. But at the end of the day, the behavior of the Muslim doesn't say how good or bad Islam is. Go on.
Well,
so I agree with you to a degree, but I think there's no denying the irony in someone who says they are speaking for a religion and they are incensed that you said it was bad. So they are going to do something bad in defense of that religion to you. You see, there is for real an ironic twist there. And so that's why it's funny, but also, and I agree with you rationally, but I also think that there's an element of people who are claiming to do these things in the name of a specific ideology. So in that point, you're related because it's behavior and ideology together. So,
okay. Susanna.
Well, I think a tentative counterpoint, because I'm not like as familiar with like Islamic scripture. I mean, it is important to point out that there is a difference between the hypocrisy of the religious and their actual scripture, which informs or could inform their behavior, right? That's a good point. But is Deborah here? Is Deborah in the live chat? I remember Deborah talking to me about how, like, as a Muslim fundamentalist, you know, she was like, you are literally supposed to love, like, Muhammad more than your mother, your father, your children. You know, so I don't know how direct the mandate to defend the honor of Islam or the Prophet is. I mean, I know that it's obviously based on, like, the reaction to Charlie Hebdo and the beheading of Samuel Paty, like, culturally extremely important. I don't personally know how direct that is from scripture.
You know, and Armin would know the direct scriptures much more than I would, but you have some people that are telling you that. For example, you know, ISIS, or, you know, and, you know, in their magazine, Dabiq, they have an article called Why We Hate You and Why We'll Fight You. And they say in there, even if you met all our demands and did all these things, we still have to fight you to impose this ideology that we represent and the things that we need to do defend the ideology. So on some level, and you're right, I don't know the specifics of it, but when people tell you why they're doing something over and over and over again, you know, on some level you want to believe them and then investigate, you know, how that happened or what to do to counter that, or, you know what I'm saying?
Maybe I didn't explain this very well, but these are two separate things, okay? I'm not saying Islam doesn't have an influence on these behavior. Islam by itself, like, if you understand it, if you read it, it's a garbage ideology. It's a crap religion, just like other religions are crap religions as well. But Islam by itself is a very crap religion, double, okay? But it's just like, what I'm saying is that, no, I don't believe people. I do believe people that about what they think is true. If they say this is what they think is true, I believe them that that's what they think. I don't believe them if their understanding of their religion is true. I mean, when ISIS says it, it just happens to be that, yes, what they're saying is true. It's in the Quran, it's in the Hadith, but I didn't determine that just because I listened to them and they said so. So I took their word for it. I went and looked in the hadith, and I went and looked in the Quran, and yeah, it was right there. Okay,
That was
So
kind of
what-
implicit in my point, is that you
Yeah, yeah.
went and you looked, you determined, yes, it is
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
So,
So I'm
okay,
not
I
just-
believe that.
Yeah, but my response is not mostly to people like, oh, the irony is funny. Yeah, that's not my response to that. My response is to the people who say like, oh, they're proving her point by but they're proving her point, like these are Muslims who are threatening violence, and she was like, this is a crap religion. Well, these are Muslims threatening her with violence, so they are proving her point. No, they're not, right? If these people were proving the point, then the Muslims who are nice, the Muslims who are secular, the Muslims who are pro-LGBT, the Muslims who are anti-violence, then what does that mean? Does that mean that they prove that Islam is great? Like, because if these people who are threatening violence against her are proving that Islam is crap, then by that very argument, the Muslims that are wonderful human beings are proving that Islam is fantastic.
That's a
Like-
very good way to explain it.
Right.
No,
Okay.
I did understand that point, but my question is, how much of this is actually from scripture?
Right. I mean, I don't think most Muslims know. This is another reason why I don't
Yeah.
look at Muslim behavior to figure out how good or bad Islam is, because most Muslims have never read this. Most Muslims have not read the Quran, let alone the Hadith. So, so whatever they do, I mean, it's so, I mean, again, there is influence, but the influence is multiple degrees of separation. It's their imams or understanding of the scripture,
Yeah.
and the imam's influence on the fundamentalists, their fundamentalist influence on the culture surrounding the people where these Muslims are grew up. So there is an influence, but the way that this influence is not like every Muslim is like, read the Quran, I'm going to follow the Quran, I'm going to follow the Hadith word by word, so every single action that I'm taking is going to be reflective of what's in the Quran. It's not that simple. It's complicated. There is influence. The way the influence is not as simple. Muslims are not robots where you just enter the Quran and into the Hadith and then they go beep boop beep. I'm going to follow it word by word.
Insert sunnah.
Insert sunnah. Right. Yes.
Allah. I didn't say the other part for
We got a super chat from Varun very quick. Thank you for the $5, Varun, saying interesting news from India. A government cow agency cites test report to claim cow dung chips reduce caesium radioactivity. That cow agency loves to do all sorts of crazy stuff, so I'm not
utterly fantastic.
Okay, I'm gonna go choke on a spoon. No, no. Just kidding.
And also subscribe to our newsletter, because if we get removed from all these platforms, at least we could reach out to you. And guys, by the way, if you subscribe to our newsletter, you get a free copy. Where's your copy, Susanna? Get it. We're doing promotion. You get a free. It's not even promotion. It's free. Okay, so if you subscribe to our newsletter, link in the description, you get a free copy of Why There's No God. Come on, like, I'm handing it out for free. Okay, it's a bestseller on Amazon, and you get it for free. So subscribe to our newsletter, and you get a free copy of Why There's No God sent to you. Link in the description.